Welcome back to round 2 of buying co-ops. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Assets and Liabilities page. So when you're filling out a co-op application, you're going to come across a page called Assets and Liabilities. Basically, it's going to ask you a couple of things. And just so you're prepared, you should know these things about your buyer and educate them that they will need to provide proof of all of these things on their application and nothing can be left out. So quickly, I'm going to just tell you some examples of assets and some of liabilities. So assets, we have cash in the bank. Your contract deposit is an asset because it is still yours up until the property closes. If you own property, the value of that property is an asset. Your car, if you own your car, it is an asset. Your financial investments, 401ks, stock, bonds, these are all assets. Business investments, you own a business, you have a lot of materials and things like that. This is all assets to you. And personal property. I like to mention personal property because I would say a reasonable number is a couple of thousand, between 2 and 5. If you're going to put anything extreme like 20,000, someone had put their engagement ring on there once and it was worth quite a bit of money. Just make sure you have that appraisal and that you can prove that when you put that on your application. The next thing is life insurance. And the life insurance, just make sure that you know that it is the cash value of the life insurance. If your company offers life insurance, but it's not something you can take with you, there probably is no cash value attached to it. So make sure that you know what the cash value is of your life insurance, if there is any. And then lastly, your pension. So sometimes, people have a pension, so they can, borrow against it. So your pension is an asset. And now we'll go into liabilities. Some liabilities are credit card debt, student loans. Again, don't forget that if you are in a program that forgives your loans at some point, that debt is still yours until the time it is forgiven. Your mortgage. So your property itself is the asset, but your mortgage is a liability. Your car financing, same deal here. Your car is an asset, but the financing portion, your car may be worth $30,000, but you still owe $20,000. So 30 is the asset, 20 is the liability. Any loans against any of your investments. Sometimes people can borrow against 401ks or pensions, like I said. So that is a liability when you're filling out the sheet. The next thing is, did you ever, write a note to another bank or relative that, you're going to borrow some money, you took a personal loan, something like that. That is a liability. And these last two, so you have a cosign. Did you ever cosign for a loan? Because again, if you have no involvement with it, it is still considered your debt. Because the bottom line is if that person doesn't pay, you're going to have to pay. So that is considered a liability. And then lastly is unpaid taxes. So at some point, did you get an extension on your taxes? Did you owe the IRS and you have to pay monthly? Whatever the case may be. If you owe any past taxes, that is considered a liability. So again, when you're buying into a co-op, you should know these things. And I really hope this helps you be educated on the co-op buying process. All right, good luck.